Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where I think we might win. We totally have a chance of winning. Before we really get into the episode here, let's take a quick look at the graphs, because we need to figure out where everybody else is on all of the other victory conditions. Right now we are seeing it is necessary on this world to conquer 42 regions to achieve the expansion victory. The player who has the most regions is green with 14, so extremely not close on that. But we have to keep an eye out if a big war breaks out, particularly like between any of these people, which I guess is basically everybody. We need to watch that. Make sure nobody... I mean, what am I going to do about it? Am I going to suddenly spin up the war machine and go out there and stop them? We have to hope these guys don't really get at each other's throats too much, or at least not too effectively. The economic victory would require the production of 666,600 dust since the beginning of the game. Nobody is anywhere on that, but obviously your progress on that grows faster and faster as the game goes on. Like, you know, most other resources, you tend to see people spin up a lot in terms of production. Obviously, winter craters dust production is not a big deal for us. Diplomatic points. We haven't actually talked about diplomatic points at all in the game. This tooltip does a pretty good job of explaining it, but basically, you win the game if you get to 2,500 diplomatic points. You earn diplomatic points every turn based on your relationships with the other players. Being at Cold War with another player is worth 1 point. Being at peace with another player is worth 2 points. Being allied with another player is worth 3 points. And then you also get diplomatic points whenever you make deals. Whenever you do something with another player that involves that, you know, approval, disapproval bar, you get an amount of diplomatic points based on the amount of influence that you spent. Nobody's anywhere on this victory, really. Honestly, now that we're allied with green, we're going to take the lead here. Us and green should push ahead of all the other players, and so actually I will win this victory before anybody else does, so that's a total non-concern. The Wonder Victory, of course, requires you to finish your faction quest, which I believe the AI cannot win this, because the AI doesn't actually get quests. They get free quest progress as the game goes on. They're not actually doing anything, it's just moving them forward. And eventually they are able to try to win a quest victory, which requires you to do all the stuff that the game shows you after you finish your faction quest. But I don't believe they get the ability to build the Wonder. The Scientific Victory, obviously, no big surprise here. Everybody's at 0. Because we are killing it on science. We're going to be the first ones in on that, probably. Although, research. The other players have enough tech. These 3 players have enough tech that they probably could. Maybe not. You know what? If Green's 2 ahead of us, they're good. So yeah, these guys could start on the victory techs. But I don't think that they would beat us to them because we have a massive science lead. And finally, the Supremacy Victory. You have to own a lot of capitals. Obviously, not an issue here. So, we are doing all right. Things are fine. We're doing good trade. Oh, hey, look at that. Did they build a dock? Let's see. No dock there. Oh, is that a... It is not. I think they have to have a dock for us to make sea trade with them. I'm pretty sure... I mean, they have a lot of territory, cheese. They might have a dock somewhere. Ah, here. That's a dock. Nope, that's not a dock. That's just sea that's glowing. They're building a dock. I don't know. I think they have to have a dock for us to do sea trade. But whatever, we're trading with them, so that's cool. Now we have to worry about this. I think I'm going to refuse this alliance. I have been burned a number of times by allying with 2 different players who then go to war with each other, because it causes you to get the allied with my enemy negative diplomatic modifier on both of them, and then they will probably both break the alliance with you. And also, blue is currently leading diplomatic points, and I don't want them to get any more. So there. To be clear, I do not think that diplomatic points matter. They're not going to accumulate them fast enough to win the game. It's going to come down to this science victory, probably, which means that we probably have... I mean, like, barring some fantastically stupid play, I probably have already won. I hate to get overconfident, No, I love to get overconfident, but it makes me nervous when I feel myself doing it, is maybe a more honest appraisal of that. But I think we're in really, really good shape here. This episode, and maybe the beginning of next episode, depending on how long it takes to actually do this, are probably just going to be like really chill, relaxed. Me just increasing the numbers. Okay, the Dearth of Dust has ended, that's cool. Which is one of my favorite things to do. It's part of why I love these games so much, 4X games in general. We'll just pick up some industry here. But I will say, if you're looking for action-packed stuff, probably this is not your place. Come back next week when we're starting a new game and maybe some blood will spill. At this point, it is really in my best interest to see peace maintained all over the world of Ariga. So, what are we doing with these guys? Are we... Okay, we're almost done. Did I count the number of techs right? No, we don't actually need this. Yeah, Aquapulvistics will push us up into the next tier. And then it's difference engine time, and once we have an idea of... Once we finish this, we'll have an idea of how many turns we have left. This is the part where we gotta, like, really start burning. Alright, here we're definitely gonna keep producing borough streets. Oh no, we need to actually build our arts councils. So, part of my goal here, part of what we need to do with our units, is we need to keep picking up pearls, because there are still some cities where we don't have the Nyctalopian lenses. If we get Nyctalopian lenses up everywhere, and we still have pearls left over, then we can talk about the Abbey of Anomalies, but I really do think it behooves us to finish these everywhere, which is why, I mean, I think I said that last episode, because that's why I didn't buy Abbey of Anomalies yet. So let's buy ourselves 6 last steel. We're really tearing through resources here, much faster than we can sustain. Beautiful. I love that. Love every part of that. Alright, let's throw another burrow up as well. I am tempted to build right here. I guess I don't really need to. We're already exploiting the entire area of that pillar. So really, I should be building in places where I get science for the building. So, like, building here's not bad. I have a pillar up there already. Plus, that gets us quite a bit of extra industry and stuff because it gets us 2 water tiles. It does not level this district, but I could then build here, and that would level this district. Actually, none of our building options level the district that we build adjacent to. A couple of them get close. Yeah, this is fine. That's a fine place to put a thing. And then I'm going to queue up Royal University just to give the extra industry somewhere to overflow into. Over here, we got burrows, and we need to keep building burrows. We also need to keep building lots and lots of other stuff. For right now, let's worry about picking up more land, especially land that has science coming out of it. So we could grab this territory. If we grab this district, then we can build here as well. And then we can also build a cargo dock, which is just like free resources at that point, because you can only build a borough for every 2 points of population in your city, but special districts like the cargo dock, which are just limited like to 1 per city, you can build without having to have extra population. That said, this build out doesn't actually get me any more science, so maybe it's better to build like out here and try to build a triangle like that, because that does get us quite a few more science tiles. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I do love the science tiles, and we are going to, as we finish building things, we're going to want to make sure we're moving people over to science in a lot of the cities. So here we can build another borough, and we're probably going to spend a lot of dust to finish things now. We have a lot of dust income, right? The borough streets. Hey, even more boroughs. Why not, I ask you. So this is where I put my dock. If I build anywhere adjacent to this guy, we're going to get a level up on him. And I was planning to build an abbey here, but I think there's a really good chance that we never learn the design for the Abbey of Anomalies, so I'm just going to build over that. Here we do not have the ability to build a borough, so let's buy ourselves the resources necessary to push this through. I'm going to need a significant portion of the world titanium supply, and also 5 Hyperium. Get that going. Man, I love how cheap stuff is now. I'm not going to rush that just yet, though. Hold on. Let's... Okay. We do have stuff running in every place. If I were to rush this... Okay, we do have the titanium, or we do have the money to buy this titanium and still rush that. No, I'm a little bit short. Well, we can fix that. We don't need these, I believe. Was that enough? That was enough, okay. And then we can start the advanced alchemy lab right afterward. Then in lots of places, we're building lots of important stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pop that one industry stockpile we have left on Gonli. Get that Imperial funding done. Still a lot of gain here. Still a lot of places we can go. Gonli doesn't actually have anything else to work on right now, though. I need a little bit of glass steel. We can get a little bit of glass steel, right? 10 glass steel is going to run me like 140. Yeah, that's not a problem. Wow, yeah, stuff is cheap. That's actually really cool. Okay, also start a stockpile. Just roll that extra industry into, and every place else we're doing good work. Okay, we got people. So now we got to talk about what we're gonna do with all these people. Obviously, like I said, I need pearls. I don't think I want to take any pearls out of Green's territory if I can avoid it. Like if we can get enough without doing that, because the AI gets pretty tetchy about that sometimes. Who else do we have alive, like, running around? We have this boarding vessel here, who's obviously just... I guess I should have done this before doing all that resource buying and selling, because we might get enough dust out of these ruins to have obviated some of that problem. Okay, cool. Dust water for our next booster. I do like that. Who else is running around? You are running around, grabbing pearls. In fact, doing the Lord's work. I don't know where... Man, it is hard to see pearls during the winter sometimes. Okay, so we know there's pearls here, or at least there were last time we saw this tile. I don't think anybody else has been in my territory. So yeah, okay, we're going to get a ton of pearls still. Where do we still need to build Nyctalopian lenses? This city has them. This city needs them. That's probably... you know what, that's fine. Finish the alchemy lab. Does Kentimus need them? No, Kentimus is good. Gonli is good. Holkaj still needs. Redalta still needs. Oleron still needs. So we need 30 more pearls just for... Well, 29 more pearls just for finishing that. Okay. Oh yeah, these guys are also running around getting stuff. You know, I wonder if maybe we ought to take it easy. Take control of this listening post, not going to happen. I wonder if we should maybe take it easy on the searching now that we're actually moving into the next era. Because now we don't need any more techs. And actually finding more techs in ruins will increase the cost of our researches. So I really don't want to do that. But I guess at this point, we're talking about researches that are so expensive that I think the cost increase is flat, not percentage-based. Oh, maybe I'm wrong about that. Basically, I'm not sure whether it will be detrimental to our total research rate to find more technologies, or like by how much, rather. It will be detrimental, but I'm not sure by how much. I suppose we could pay a lot of attention to the reported cost of researches, and if we find it, like, keep searching stuff, and if we find a tech in a ruin, then we can see what the change was and at least have that information for later. That's probably not a bad idea. Okay, so we'll keep searching. That being the case, how do I want to search all this stuff? I think I'm going to break some people off of this group. So you are getting in the water. But probably like over here, right? Search these two ruins. You are going to get in the water over here, search that ruin, and actually, is that another ruin? It is. It totally is. It's kind of obscured by the terrain. This is probably... We should probably be playing at this zoom level at this point in the game. And then, we still need to move people to cities to give passive XP. I wonder if maybe it's not a good idea to put them in this garrison, though, because we've now finished the really important stuff with her. The next thing she can get that's really valuable is Inspirational Leader, and unfortunately, you can't go backward down the lines. So in order to get Inspirational Leader, we're going to have to go through deadly anatomy, and persuasive methods. So we're looking at 3 skill points before the next thing that really helps. We could just put more points into scientific literacy, and I guess this isn't nothing. The city has 4 anomalies now, 3 or 4. So this is some science, but I guess really what it comes down to is that I think 1 point of inspirational leader is better than the other 2 points of scientific literacy. So it comes down to whether I think she's going to level up 3 more times over the course of the game. Which it's a little... It's awfully late, but her city is also going to be spending industry at an incredible rate, which means a lot of XP for her. So maybe she can get here. So maybe I should put the units in her city. My whole point there was she has all her useful skill points already. We should put the units in the capital to level up Tina the Chosen a little faster. I still think that's right, probably. Tina the Chosen has more potential upside. He has a lot of useful skills left to gather. Also, there's pearls over here. We can grab these pearls on our way in. Okay. So with that, I think we are moving on to the next turn. 36 dust is not enough dust to make decisions with. At some point, this winter's going to end. Although I guess I'm not in a huge hurry. The winter's not affecting our science at all. It's lowering our food and dust output, but not our science. It is lowering our hero XP, that's right. So I do want it to end, actually. It is kind of annoying. Petrov Judith is leveling up. We're definitely going to go for Alchemical Genius. If we got 3 skill points, we can make it up to Inspirational Leader. Petrov Judith is the governor in Gonli? Yeah. So in Gonli, this skill is currently like 8 science. It'll be probably better eventually. 2 more births, we get to build another district. So 3 skill points here would be like 24 to 30 science, whereas 3 skill points moving up the tree this way would be 5% science on... Unfortunately, the math's a little complicated here because the 5% is going to stack additively with the other percentage modifiers. So we're currently getting 94 plus 157 plus 63-ish from percentage modifiers, meaning that we're in the neighborhood of 251, 274. So the city's flat science production before percentage modifiers is closer to 500. So it'd be an extra 5% on the 500, which is about the same value, actually. I mean, obviously this number's going to go up. Although we do have all the important science buildings here already. Okay, so actually, I think 3 points in this skill versus 3 points 1, 2, 3 outputs about the same amount of science, but this play is terrible if I don't actually make 3 levels, whereas this play still does stuff even at 1 and 2. So I think we're gonna go here. Also, I'm being attacked somewhere, which is just an incredibly annoying thing to have to deal with. The emeralds have run out. Turns out we don't need them to stay fervent, so not going to buy any more emeralds. Oh, the sea monster! Right, I forgot there was a sea monster. Well, this boat is dead then. Go get him, boarding vessel. He did no damage. No noticeable damage. Well, what are you going to do? Alright, so as far as you know, there are pearls here. Let's see if that is actually the case. It is. We'll grab these. So that's got us on 9. We already have someone going for this ocean. Like, that guy's going to get those 2 ruins and then that pearl. So you don't need to get in the water. So you can just head down here. You'll also join Uridun's garrison. You guys all have orders and should follow them. Sorry, I guess actually a bunch of you don't. Never mind. Alright, who does that leave? Oh yeah, this guy. So right now we're looking at 93,000. 11 turns. 11 turns is not good. So if that takes 11 turns, it's going to double the science output from cities, which is almost all of our science, but it's important to note that it will not double the science output of stockpiles, because stockpiles are applied directly to the Empire. They do not come from a city. But it's also going to significantly increase the cost of our future techs, so we can maybe count on the next endless tech we take being like 6-7 turns, maybe? So 11 turns, we finish this on 114, and then we look at let's say 6 turns for the next one. We have to get 4 more. So assume that the rising cost will cause some of them to cost more than 6. We're maybe looking at 26 turns after the end of the difference engine. That's pretty bad. That's like a turn 140 we're aiming at. It's got to be faster than that. I mean, we're going to keep gaining science. There's a bunch of places where we don't have our important buildings yet. But we gotta make stuff happen here. We gotta keep pushing. 140 is real late. And again, like, we saw the AI win an internal victory on 118 last game, so unacceptable, basically, is where I'm going with that. Okay, so we got some dust. We have cities mostly building important things. Conley really actually doesn't have anything better to do than build a stockpile. That's fine. Holkaj, on the other hand, has tons of important stuff to do. We have enough pearls to build a Nyctalopian lens, but I have to imagine this city is pretty low on the list. So, wait, I've already forgotten. We have it here. It was like this group of cities. Donley has one, but Oleran doesn't at 287, 317, 272. Okay, so it's best that we build this one first. And then Holkaj actually has a ton of stuff it can still do, like it doesn't have any districts. And I think we want to build out this way because this is where the curiosity is. But like, if we move people onto science, yeah, okay. Still getting it in one. I think it's probably a good idea to move over. Who's not on science yet? Daromard is building something important, but it's the only place? Oh, Nolaran. Nolaran almost certainly should not be on food. We need science. Okay, yeah, so this is the only city, take me to Daromard. This is the only city that is not currently on science. Could it be? Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, Unwin Weybridge does not yet have a book. This is the time for him to have a book. Let's go buy him some titanium. We are actually exhausting the world's supply of titanium. Okay. How many of our heroes still lack books? I don't think... What do we have? 6 heroes? You have one. You have one. Obviously, you have one. Okay, we need 2 more books. And everybody's on... everybody's on science already, so it's reasonable to just get them now. Although, we actually can't buy enough titanium for 2 more books. Oh, also we need stockpiles. I should maybe chill out on the spending a little bit on things that are not stockpiles. So obviously we need science stockpiles, but the food stockpiles have a greater effect the earlier we apply them, whereas the science stockpiles have the same effect no matter when we apply them. So let's buy all these food stockpiles all at once, right now. We actually can't quite afford this, right? Yeah, 26, so we need to sell something. You know, I don't need the Quicksilver. We're not going to use the Quicksilver. Right, sorry, 10 at a time. I always forget. Alright, how far off am I? I gotta pay attention here. We're not going to use the Pixie Blood. Okay. Buy all the food stockpiles, and then I think we're just going to use them all on Enolia. Nowhere in our empire are points of population anywhere near as valuable as they are in Enolia. Well, hold on, is that true? Uriden's awfully good, too. So a point of population here is producing 10 science, a point of population here is producing 40% more. Right, this is because this is where the Center for Mineralogy is. Yeah, of course this is right. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to put them all in Enolia. That is 10 turns of plus 1,600 food. Hold on. I'm not 100% sure how food rollover works. What does it take to... Currently it takes... Oh, yeah, it takes a bunch of food to make a citizen at this population level. We're okay to just roll food in Enolia. So these stockpiles work like all the others. It will apply 1 per turn for 10 turns. And that should be pretty good growth. I was worried that we might lose some in the rollover because each city has a limited amount of each resource that it can hold over from turn to turn. But we're talking about like thousands of food to produce a citizen at this point. Yeah, so we're fine. We're fine. We won't lose anything to roll over. And then we have 39 dust left, so I guess we are probably done for this turn. 10 turns on the difference engine. You know, it would be kind of neat if winter would end. Oh, also, we need to keep looking at the marketplace. I'm very curious whether any dust orchid is going to hit again. Because like I said, I believe 30 dust is more than the market would naturally generate, so I think somebody sold this to the market. However, you know what? This could have been a quest reward sold to the market, right? Like there may have naturally been 10, and then somebody got 20 from a quest during like era 3 or 4 or something, and then just sold that. So actually, we might not ever see this again. And it is not the case that all of the luxury resources generate on each map. If you're playing, I believe if you're playing at 8 players, it is guaranteed that all the resources will be generated. But if you're playing at any fewer than that, I think it's 1 resource per player fewer than 8 does not appear on the map. So actually, Dust Orchid and Blood Crystal might not there might not be deposits of them. So the Mining Authority is definitely the right pick here. Obviously, we're headed up toward Dust Trickery. It would be good for us to pick up Inspirational Leader, but at this point we're talking about 4 level ups to get the first rank of it. And actually, Mining Authority is good, right? He's in a region that has something. He's in a region that has titanium, and also... Wait, he is in this city, right? Yes, okay. Yeah, he's in a region where we're getting titanium and adamantium, so I'm comfortable with Resource Extractor. That is the same... Right. In Endless Space, when you finish processing a thing like that, it just disappears from the queue. You don't have to press a button for it. Okay, so we have important stuff to build here. We gotta buy ourselves 5 more titanium. Okay, people are still selling titanium to the market, fortunately. Let's get working on that one. Out here in Holkaj. Oh yeah, more burrows for sure. So, probably looking to just like triangle like that. That's a lot of science. Okay, who else needs to move? Everybody else has... Sorry, many people have some kind of order. I guess, actually, we may as well search the far one first. Just trying to be efficient with our points of movement here. We discovered a quest. Search this ruin with a strong hero. I wonder what will happen when we do that. Because we could buy a hero. Sorry, we probably cannot buy a level 4 hero, can we? Nope. Nope, heroes are not... Valuable heroes are not for sale. Okay, that's interesting that there is another food stockpile up. Food stockpiles do just arbitrarily appear on the marketplace slowly over time. That does not necessarily mean that another player sold that. Alright, you guys get in the garrison. You get all the stuff around here. There's little deposits of 1 pearl each over here. Oh, that one's 2. Yeah, you're fine to just get in the garrison. We'll get those later. Again, people are not coming into my territory to take stuff, so I'm not too worried about timing. You know, Green has open borders with us, so we may as well just go in here and search his ruins, I guess? Get some money and stuff. 180 dust. You know, every little bit helps. pirate ship has something that belongs to me in Soth. I don't care about that. Where's Soth? That might be it. Okay, that might be bad, because it might mean that we are going to see a pirate ship come out of the fog and murder my other zealot. Oh well. If it happens, it happens. That guy is not exactly crucial to our plan at this moment. And so, with some dust left over, I think now is time to buy the science stockpiles and start applying them. We are rushing toward Difference Engine with wild abandon. We have absolutely no reason to hold off on these. Just pop them all right now. So we're looking at 7 turns on Difference Engine. Finishing at turn 111, which is already a better rate than we were expecting. We have more than enough money to buy that other food stockpile, so let's just do that and go ahead and throw that on Enolia, because infinite population growth. Never stop population growthing. We could build a dust filtration. You know, we know for sure that the winter ends this turn. This is actually a fair amount of dust here. We have a lot of water exploitation. What's up with my pillars? What's the timer on these? It's so hard to get the tooltips. Show me pillar tooltip. 2 turns. Okay. We maybe want to not spend a bunch of dust next turn. We can just bank and then put down a ton of pillars the turn after. That might be a play. That might be a thing worth doing. Still gaining science buildings pretty much everywhere. Yeah. All right. Let's keep pushing. So, we have some more optimizations to do. We have resources to spend, and we must be clever in our spending. But that aside, if I'm being honest, I think we're maybe going to run out of things to talk about here. May have to start telling stories. There's that pirate ship. Just going to try to move to here before he moves to here. Alright. You can kill me, but you can't stop me from searching this empty ruin. I mean, obviously we retreat, and then we just make for land on the next turn. Yeah. Oh no, I only have 3 move. I can't get to land. And he has 4 moves, so he can kill me. Oops, well, 1 zealot down. It's not the end of the world. Hey, the Moonleaf. What, we need to buy 10 Moonleaf every time it runs out? I know I was just talking about not spending a lot of money, but the Moonleaf is non-negotiable. Also, without the Moonleaf, we're not even fervent. You can just run around and search ruins for a while. We're going to be careful not to path over any of Green's pearls, because I do not want them getting mad. I want to have a friend for life here. Follow the road? Out of curiosity, what do his units look like? 61 attack, 65 damage? Man, okay, this one's a little bit better. A little more modern. Monks are great. Monks are like one of my all-time favorite units in this game. Here... Still build burrows, we need arts councils in a bunch of places. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to have this start now. This is one of those things that we're probably going to have to rush through. Another district... Well, building a district right here will not gain us any output, really. But it will level up both of those districts, which will gain us some output. So yeah, do that. Next winter's penalties... Okay, we need to watch and try to make sure that we don't get 25% industry loss on cities. This is also not great for us, although it's not exactly backbreaking. It would be really cool if this one went over, because this has no cost to us at all. Can I vote with just 3 pearls? I cannot. Do we have somebody in a position to get me a pearl? Nope, not this turn. Oh well. I mean, your plan is to, yeah, just get over here. Who knows? Maybe they'll lose sight of me and I'll escape. I wouldn't bet on it, but it could happen. Okay, dust filtration's actually quite good here. And then, the next thing you need to work on is this. We can start that next turn. We let our natural mithrite growth take care of some of that, thus limiting the amount we are spending. And with that, I think we're good. Yeah, let's just hit the button here. Oh, Enolia could be building more burrows, too. Well, hold on. We'll figure this out this turn, because it's good to work on that and the pillars at the same time. We can plan around the position of the new district. Okay, let's dismiss all of these. We finally met Pink. Okay, there's some Broken Lords out there. That's interesting because... Oh, I forgot to mash the button. Oh, well. I mean, that guy was probably dead anyway. Get him! Show him who's bossing your little transport vessel. Nope, no damage. Okay. Who could have predicted this? Okay, we'll deal with this in a second. Alright, we need a burrow. Obviously, we have the ability to build the industry increasing buildings here, and they're actually pretty good. There's a lot of forest in our exploitation, but I also want to be a little bit careful with our titanium, so that's why I'm not in a big rush on those. Let's see, we can build it here, gain a territory that has 9 science on it, and then that makes this a pretty good place to put a pillar. Yeah, this is really good. We don't actually have any other placements that currently gain us science. We are on all of the science terrain, except for that one, which would require 2 more districts. So I think this is right. That goes at the top of the queue. And now let's put down just like a huge number of pillars. Zoom out a little bit for this. So, obviously, these deep alcoves in the city. That's a lot of... We're actually working all of the tiles that are boosted by that pillar. This is an all but 1 position. This here now will be an all but 2 position. That's a 5 tile position. Down here we have another 5 tile position. Over here we have another 5 tile position. That makes this kind of a strong build. And I'm willing to just spend on these until we run out. This is a 6 tile position. We're only not working there. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need to build a district here. Next one's going to cost 1,300, and I think we maybe have exhausted all of the good spots in this city. But Uridan is still a place where good pillars can be laid. So let's turn on the resource view real quick here. If we were to make a district after this one that we're currently working on, which is this the one I'm currently building? No, this is the one I'm currently building, right? Actually can't tell. No, okay, it is here, so we're going to pick up all this. If we were to make another district, putting it here or here would give us some level ups, but neither one of those are science locations. Could put it here for a bunch of science. So basically, I guess what I'm saying is I think these are both safe places to pillar. Let's do that. And then the next pillar, we have 1055, and the next pillar would be 1920. So the question is, can I generate 900 dust right now, right this second? My guess is no. Yeah, we are not close. And also, I need dust for other stuff. Yeah, that's fine. That's an okay number of pillars. Another industry stockpile has appeared, which is... I mean, we should buy that. And then... we have some other things that need building. Redalta needs to produce... I mean, it can just build burrows, so it probably should keep building burrows. We gotta get Imperial funding up everywhere. But for right now, build me a burrow. Try to reach out into science-y territory. So now we have to make a decision here. Are we thinking that we're going to be able to build enough burrows in Redalta to ever get level 2s? 3 turns plus 1 more birth lets me get 1 more burrow, which would, built ideally, allow me to have... Let's see, if I build here, and then... if I build here, then this has 3 districts around it. Actually, there's no placement of 2 burrows that gives me more than 1 level 2 district, is there? No, there isn't. So I think we're better off just getting raw science from the terrain, right? There's a bunch of places where I can get 9 science. Down here, I can only get 7, but then the district after that would be pretty good. No, I mean, that's 7 plus 10. I should just take 9 plus 9. So yeah, here and here. I think that's reasonable. I think it's a reasonable way to do it. Or maybe like here and then here. Because that has 1 extra point on it. Yep, that's right. Okay, and then in Kentimus, I was gonna start building the Arts Council, but does Deramard have all the good build? Okay, it just also needs an Arts Council. I was trying to figure out if it was better for me to start building a the Hyperion thing somewhere else. Alright, let's get ourselves up to Arts Council resources and build an Arts Council, and then I think we may even have enough to start the other Arts Council too. Because the glass steel is going to be 150, and the mithrite is... Oh no, sorry, we need 5 mithrite for this one. The mithrite's actually very expensive. We might be able to make this happen though. I need 150, so I need to generate 90 dust. I can make 90 dust happen. Bam, problem solved. Alright, so it's going to be 10% more science in both of those places. Stuff adds up, you know? And with that, I think we're good for the turn. I had to keep looking at the market. So yeah, still no Dust Orchid. What are we actually running boosters of? Oh, right, I need to put an industry stockpile down somewhere. Maybe in Redalta, roll some industry over for Imperial funding. I mean, we should just pop the stockpile when we do the builds. Yeah, okay. I'll save that for Redalta for next turn, because you can only bank so much industry. Okay. I gotta take care of my units earlier in the turn. They may find stuff that is beneficial, and then we can put that stuff to use immediately. The Sustainer. Okay, this is that really cool bow we found last time. Not actually directly relevant to the thing here, but cool. Cool nonetheless. I think we'll circle around the top side here. Hopefully they're cool with me running around in here. Man, the AI really loves Sisters of Mercy. Oh, there's a cliff in the way there. I guess that partially explains why we're always seeing AI armies have such incredible health regen. And hey, look at that. This guy circumnavigated the globe. He left our empire through the west end. Nighthammer. Another very fancy bow. Yeah, these are great weapons. Okay, and you, now that you have done this, not super safe to go get that. It is 4 pearls, though. Yeah, alright, we're gonna hope that the pirates won't show up and kill me. We have a source of mithrite going unextracted. I should probably fix that. Mithrite extractors cost titanium, though. It's a little annoying. Okay, so definitely reactivate the Titan Bones. The dust water running is definitely going to pay for itself. So, I know we're not producing any dust water. We did find a bunch, though. Let's definitely keep that one running. What is this? I'm going to refuse this for the same reason I refused it last time. The hydromiel has run out. Okay. We do need one other booster running. So, we could buy some emeralds, and that would probably be enough to push us over, but, like, is there a luxury that's more useful? Obviously, we must maintain fervency. So, we could go for... There's not enough gold for us to run a gold booster. We have grass silk running? We could go grass silk. We're currently making 600 dust from trade routes. Grass silk doubles our trade route money. I think that's probably worth doing. That'll push us back up to fervent as well, which is pretty handy. So, 957. It's like a 50% boost? Okay. When you're running trade routes, when another player is running trade routes to you, they still generate dust for you, but we don't get to double this portion of the income. It only doubles the part we were making, which, yeah, I think that maths out just about right. Nice to have a friend. Trade routes are so much more effective when you're not just trading with yourself. Another 180 dust. And then we'll circle down through this group of ruins. And I do wish that they would maybe, like, creepily float a little bit faster. Fortunately, the Alayi are unlikely to be negatively affected by the creepy floating. They do quite a lot of creepy floating themselves, so they'll understand. Okay, obviously we want to get this rolling. Get me 3 more of those, and 6 more of these. Okay, I guess I don't have to worry about titanium running out. People are selling it very, very quickly. Alright, so you get on that. Obviously, obviously we're going to have to buy that out. That's not happening naturally. And then over here, we want to get a bunch of stuff going. So, I need to buy 22 titanium. And also 5 Hyperion. We want to queue up Imperial Funding and the Advanced Alchemy Lab, and then we want to drop this stockpile. Redalta. Gonna finish all that in one turn, because stockpiles. And then we'll just put up a science stockpile to roll all the rollover industry into. And then we have 1,000 dust left over. So we can use that to push some buildings here, or do we actually have... No, we don't have Imperial Funding everywhere yet. Imperial Funding is, like, super valuable. Can I afford another Imperial Fund? Yeah, I definitely can. Imperial Funding is probably the most valuable building. So actually, work on that. We'll rush a couple Imperial Fundings next turn. Do you have yours already? You do. In fact, the Arts Council is the last important building in this city. That's pretty cool. We are getting to the point now where we're going to start running out of cool stuff to build to increase our science output. Yeah, we got everything here. So, 942 dust. Oh, and these guys haven't actually moved yet. $942 dust. That's not enough to rush anything important. So we could just bank. But we also could buy a hero, probably. Well, some of these heroes are available. So let's see. What do we actually have? Like, is there one I want to save up for? Expansion Support 2 is not so good. Food Boost 1 is not great. You have... Dust Boost 2... But, oh, you're super expensive. This is a hero that somebody sold to the marketplace. So their purchase price takes into account the fact that they have a ton of gear. Let's see. You have Dust Efficiency 2, not super relevant. Slavery, you know. We definitely have areas where slavery would be powerful. It is a boost to food and industry. Well, then again, it's the per citizen values for food and industry, though. We are trying to keep everybody devoted to science right now. You have Science Boost 3. Unfortunately, you're somebody else's hero, so you're very expensive. Science Boost 1, Dust Boost 1, and Influence Boost 2. You know, we are going to have to do another Empire plan. Also trade. And what, you give, like, food from rivers, extra influence. It's a little awkward to get to Inspirational Leader, though, with this guy. It's not bad. I think I would rather have the Chief Sapper. Already has 2 relevant skill points. Maybe, man, that's a lot of money to spend on a hero. But it's a pretty good hero. Yeah, alright. We're going to pass the turn with 900 dust. And then next turn, we're going to do something bigger. And I wonder if I should just sell my units. They're actually pretty valuable. We make a lot of money doing that. And the passive XP we're getting from them is not super huge. So you just get here, and then even if this guy attacks me this turn, next turn I just get on shore right away, it doesn't matter. The Red Sang has run out. Red Sang is actually pretty good. Yeah. Pirates. What's up? As military tensions heighten, alliances become desirable. So you do gain influence just for being in an alliance, and we have seen that amount double. Now we're getting 10 influence from it instead of just 5. I wonder if you guys could move. Actually, I guess this is the path we would take either way, because we're following the road. Alright. Redalta is working on that Royal University. We need to actually go over there and make sure that that is the right thing to be doing. So we're 3 turns off of the difference engine. We're definitely going to have to do another video. Somehow I don't think I'm quite going to be able to wrap this up in the next 10 minutes. But hopefully this has been interesting somewhat as just like... Oh, 50 pixie blood. That's interesting. Hopefully this has been interesting just like as sort of a way of showing you there's a lot of different ways to optimize your resource gains in this game. Also, I'm somewhat comforted by the fact that it's turn 108 and we've seen no victory notifiers for the other players, so it doesn't look like they're making much progress. So now, with 4,000 dust, let's talk about options for this turn. Obviously, there's a lot of important stuff to rush. Man, 1,200. Buildings are so cheap when you have all the buyout stuff. And we don't even have all the buyout stuff. If we had also picked up the buyout reduction here, we'd be in pretty good shape. By the way, speaking of influence, we are generating 130 influence per turn. We spent all the way down to the bone for our last Empire plan, if I remember correctly, and we're already almost able to afford that same Empire plan again, and we're less than halfway to our next Empire plan. So the next one's going to be pretty good. We had a booster run out, and I'm not sure what it was, but now we're not fervent, and that is unacceptable. That's the wrong button. So, fervency. The Red Sang ran out. You know what? That's actually a pretty important one. I am willing to pay 500-ish dust to get that running again. We could have just popped the Pixie Blood, but the Pixie Blood has no effect aside from the approval, and doubling our hero XP earned, I think, is actually really good. So, I do want to keep an eye on this, by the way, like, we're still seeing 93,000. When Difference Engine finishes, I'm curious what the cost of those techs will rise to. Alright, so we'll have you queued up so we can mash the button next turn, and let's spend 4,000 dust. We go buy that hero. Here we still need to buy resources to push Imperial funding. I think I really want that hero. I know this is expensive, but I think this hero is very good. So, Science Boost plus a skill that is more beneficial the larger your city is. What cities still don't have heroes? Holkaj, Oleron, and Redalta. So Oleron, Holkaj, and Redalta are all small-ish. Redalta's probably the best place for this guy. And then it would be cool if we had the titanium necessary to place a book over the movement trinket. Also have the dust book, but that's not really relevant. And then I never did get a book on It's somebody still missing a book, right? Rayan. Yeah. Okay, so let's buy 15 more titanium, or apparently 14 more titanium, and make that happen. Because I will forget. It's important to do things while you are remembering to do them. Okay, so everybody is booked now, right? You are still not booked. Well, we can solve that this turn as well. I am out of money. Okay. That was Ipsawacha. Tino, of course, is booked. The new guy's booked. Okay, everybody has their books now. So I think the plan here is let's play until... I'm mashing the button. We're going to save our Zealot. Let's play until Difference Engine finishes. We can have a better idea of what we're looking at in terms of completion time. And then next video will be the end of the game. Failed a quest. Oh no. Aye, it's true. I did not declare war against another empire. You know, I don't feel bad about it. Keep the die running. That's important. Oleran and Holkaj need to start building other stuff. So yeah, we definitely want to get Imperial funding going here. Ooh, we are starting to really run up the price of titanium. It is so much cheaper to buy Hyperium than it is to buy titanium. And what about here? So here I would love to start building Imperial funding, but I actually can't. So we're going to start an arts thingy instead, an arts council. Wait, we do have the ability to burrow again. Maybe I should do that first, given how long it's going to take to build the arts council. So I could just build out to here instead of worrying about leveling up my districts. Maybe that's better. We build here, and then eventually here. Well, that's not too good. I guess this isn't too much worse. It does give me the ability to level up if I decide that I was missing something. Yeah, 9 science versus 6 science, and the ability to change course. Yeah, alright. Versatility is of some value. Let's get that done first. Also, have units who could be running around getting me value. Yeah, I think this makes sense. We'll grab this ruin and then we'll get in the water and grab those sea ruins. Show me thousands of dust. Well, I mean, that's a lot of dust. Obviously, we're not going to get it, but it's a lot. And you probably at this point just get in the garrison. How's old Tinu doing? Okay, he's pretty close to a level. And now we have a little bit of dust left over for Russian stuff. I think is what we are now doing with dust. We also need to keep track of our population growth, because there's a bunch of places where we're currently district capped, but when we hit even-numbered population values, we will no longer be. Okay, so I kind of want to just push through the Imperial funding. Like, this is a lot of science. Other stuff we could rush. This is also a lot of science. Yeah, you know what? I like this one better. Both of those are fantastic locations for an Imperial funding. So I gotta hope that people sell a lot of titanium soon. Keep an eye on the Dust Orchid levels. We still have 2 cities without heroes. So also keep an eye on the heroes. We have 853 dust remaining, so I don't really have a lot of... I guess we can sell all of this. That's not really a lot of money, though. It's enough to buy a hero this turn. Yeah, okay. And actually, we could sell our emeralds, too. We're not going to be using these as boosters again. So, who wants to come aboard? Who's got a science boosting skill? I mean, you have Science Boost 1. That honestly might be the best we're going to do. We're kind of in a beggars can't be choosers sort of place right now. I think your skills are pretty irrelevant. Yeah. Oh well. Give me science, and you can hold a book. That's pretty much all I care about. So, it doesn't really matter where we put you. Oleran has slightly more population. It seems like a reasonable way to do that. And then you have a skill point to spend. Just head in the direction of Inspirational Leader. Now notice, not all of our cities are actually fervent. That's a smallish problem in terms of their food and industry output, but the cities where all the population are fervent, and so that's buoying the Empire up. As these arts councils finish, we're gonna find that approval is no longer a thing we have to think about. It already sort of isn't. And I think we have enough science stockpiles running that we will still have one the turn after the difference engine, if I'm not mistaken. You know what? This is like 3 pearls over here. This actually gets me to 10 pearls and would allow me to build another lens. So let's have one of our units pop out of this garrison and go clean those up. You ally with an enemy. Aha, exactly. Exactly the thing I was worried about. Are you guys going to war? Yep. Okay, so we're going to have to keep an eye on them then, because that could result in one of them moving toward an expansion victory. Again, not that I could really do much about it, but it's a thing that'll give us information as to our pacing. Dive into the indicated ruins in Sam Risum. I don't actually want to pick up another tech. So where... Sorry, where's that? Okay, I need to not search that. Look at this. Green's got guardians and stuff. Okay, so... we have 3,000 dust. Probably want to push through this. Buildings are amazing. You're building important stuff. We have a lot of important stuff going on here. Redalta is working on a Royal University, but it could be building an Arts Council. Probably should be building an Arts Council, especially since it's one of the cities that is not fervent. Let's get that happening. Mithrite's very expensive. It's like a lot of dust, man. I mean, we have dust. It's not the end of the world, but still, it's a lot. Okay, so we're going to have to rush that. We're going to have to rush this, but not this turn. Does Gonley actually need anything else? No, I know I'm spacey, like I've checked the same cities multiple times, but I just want to make sure that the cities that are working on stockpiles, because I didn't have anything else for them to do, don't actually have any other options. Here, we generated 2 population, so we get to build another district, which goes here, I guess, as we're building toward that. Or no, you know what, let's build it here, because it's going to grab 2 spaces of exploitation that our pillars are currently working on. That, and then I could buy our last hero, just fill our last spot here. Nobody's selling titanium, so that's not great. Nobody's selling dust orchid. Still fervent, everything's cool. I guess this dust is for rushing stuff? We can't quite do this. Are we close, though? No, we are not close. With 300 dust off, it's not, I think, feasible for me to generate 300 dust, except by selling a unit, which I could do. Not sure. I'm not sure whether that's a good idea or not. We could rush one of these, though. No, all these cities are already fervent. Just rush stuff in Holkaj, because Holkaj needs stuff. Oh man, it still needs Imperial funding, too. Well, we have to wait for the titanium to come in naturally, unfortunately. That's actually going to be a limiter on us building the Mithrite deposit, too, because Mithrite extractors are made of titanium. And we could buy a hero. There's not a good hero left. And without the ability to hand them a book right away, like buying them right now doesn't really help us that much. So yeah, I guess just complete a thing somewhere. 613, 838, 962. This one looks like the most sensible one. Still have 805 left, which is not enough to rush either of the others. Pentimus have a good thing to work on. Oh, this would actually be pretty cool. And then in 14 turns, we're going to be able to build another burrow, but I think from there... we could build a granary here, too. The glass steel is not expensive. I'll give you something to do for a minute. And then, yeah, like, this is science. We should just keep spending dust. Alright, so here's the turn where the difference engine finishes. Tech costs go from, what, 93,420, right? Some 93,240, maybe? To... Oh, hold on, I guess we're going to have to wait for the turn to actually start before it's going to be willing to show me that tooltip. New tech costs are 97,560. So actually, yeah, it may be a percentage modifier on the cost of the tech. Hey, here's an interesting question. Do we want food or dust next? Obviously, the food is more effective the earlier you get it, but I'm wondering if it's so late in the game that doubling the food output of cities would not produce a meaningful amount of population. No, we got some time still. So self-driving plows is showing as a 5-turn tech. Then we would want to pick up dust-driven distillery, then like endless alloys, and then United Empires Council, probably. We certainly don't need serum, although I mean like the last tech doesn't do anything, because obviously you win the game the turn you get it. But if that's 5 turns, then we're actually looking a little bit better than I thought we might. Maybe we're looking at like 5, 5, 6, 6 here, or possibly even less. So maybe a victory early in the 130s. That's not too bad. Again, it's way slower than we've seen the AI win, so that's a problem. I'm just going to keep working toward inspirational leader here. Alright, so you got that pearl. Is there anything else for you to do right now? No, I think you just kind of go back home. I suppose since you're already out, let's grab this as well. Okay, Oleron is a place where we can build our Nyctalopian lenses with the 10 pearls we just got. And then we have 3,000 dust. So let's actually get Uridan's thing finished, because 10% science here is actually pretty good. And then we could build a granary here as well. Nobody has sold any titanium. It's a little concerning. Okay, so that's all good. We're all set on that stuff. And then we're just rushing like... That would be 2570, and we're sitting on 2014. Well, I probably don't have 500 points of resources to sell. Because we're not using the Quicksilver. Is the Quicksilver valuable? It is not. Yeah, that might just be a wait until next turn kind of thing. But we could rush some stuff over here. We could buy that last hero. I kind of want to wait until we see a new group of heroes. Yeah, having the slot open is probably not doing a lot of damage to us. I probably want to wait. This is actually the Arts Council, the next one that I would most like. We can worry about that next turn, I suppose. It feels wrong to pass with this much dust. We could rush Oleran's thing here. Enolia doesn't really need help. Yeah, and there's no titanium. I think it actually is right to just pass with this much dust up. It feels weird. Oh, you know what? We should... I'm fairly certain nobody's actually gathering Dust Orchid. But I should have checked in with our buddy long ago. See what you have. You have... Nope, none. And we can try to trade resources with you. You also do not have any dust orchid. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I thought. I cannot trade resources directly with you, but we can ask for you to open your borders, which will put a bunch of terms on the table. Nope, okay. And you, I can't even actually check, because we have no ability to improve our diplomatic status. So I suppose that that is the end of what we're looking at. We are looking at probably 20 more turns until the end of the game. We're producing 18,000 science per turn now. I do want to say, in terms of pacing, 18,000 is a lot. That's a very good science value, and that will be reinforced to some degree by this graph. Yes, yep, that's what I was looking for. But it is worth noting that we're on only, what, 10 regions? Yeah, so 9 regions, even. And if we had been a little bit more expansionistic, this number could be significantly larger. It looks like green is rapidly expanding to fill all of the unfilled space on the map, and they're also going to war with blue, which could lead to them ending up with an awful lot of stuff. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about that. But, the fact that this is going to take us till turn, like, 130-ish to win doesn't necessarily mean that turn 130 is a good victory pace for us. It's just where we are this game. It may well be the case that we could win a lot faster in a game where I was more aggressive about expanding into other players. Obviously, we got limited a little bit by the size of our landmass, but that didn't have to be true. It was just the case that I didn't want to bother crossing the ocean and trying to fight somebody else. So 130, like, we might be able to accelerate enough in a different game with differently shaped landmasses or different decisions to actually make that 118 threshold, but I think it would be very difficult. So, actually, here's something I'd like to know. If you are playing Endless Legend with the community patch on Endless difficulty, what turn are you getting your victories? Let us know in the comments, like, what victory pace appears to be. And also, you know, if you're seeing the AI win a lot, what turns they're winning on. Because I'm really curious whether that 118 was, like, super anomalous or not. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for the thrilling conclusion to this game. We're going to press the end turn button 20 or so times and just watch the numbers go up and up and up. And we'll see you then.